Hey guys, welcome to Rookie Mistake and welcome to the first piece of content out of a number of them that I'll be putting up over the autumn. Just focusing on the 5 stages of being a jockey. A lot of people have asked me to rate my jockeys. I don't like doing that because I think it fluctuates so quickly. But these are just some things to keep an eye on as punters. So let's get into it. Number 1 is novice. So we're going to start here in terms of the 5 stages. This is where jockeys start. It's apprentices. They usually have a claim, so we're happy to back at this stage if we think the jockey's got talent, trying to make a living out of it, trying to see if they can do this as a fully fledged jockey. It comes with an element of acceptance from the punter that there will be mistakes made, however, we usually get a claim there. And also, these guys are just loving the game. They're happy to be out there. In this category at the moment, Jet Newman and Sienna Grimer. So, market's found those pretty well, so I'm not suggesting there's money to be made there, but certainly if you can identify an apprentice early. I remember in the early noughties when I was in Melbourne, you had Blake Shin and Nicholas Ryan absolutely killing it. Nick Ryan won the title as an apprentice. You can certainly make money out of them, so keep that in mind in the novice category. Number 2, keen as mustard. So this is generally jockeys that have worked super hard as apprentices. They've seen the fruit of their labours, they bear witness to hard work paying off, and they move into this category. They're not bitter yet, they haven't been tainted by the industry, they're still super keen, and they're characterised by jockeys that are generally just always trying in the race, and desire cannot be questioned. There'll be occasional mistakes, but they are still learning. Here, Angela Jones and Logan Bates. So if you watch Angela Jones up here in Brisbane, she's always trying, great jockey. I think she'll end up in Sydney. Logan Bates the same, you would have seen that on the weekend. As punters, we know all too well when we're watching a jockey and he's just not giving 100%, going through the motions. It's not to say they're not jockeys, quite often they could be in this category. It's where a lot of people live, it's where a lot of jockeys live, in that area, picking and choosing, and where most people just in general life live, happy to take a paycheck and just work 9 to 5. Now, these will be possibly controversial. Jay Collett, T. Berry, Todd Pennell could win on a broomstick. Again, these guys might have injury. The final one I would put in here is Jai McNeil. Now, he's a weird one. Used to be my favourite jockey, Jai McNeil. Absolutely brilliant. He was a gun when he would just be sitting behind them in the box seat. Doesn't seem to take runs like he used to. Famously won the Melbourne Cup with no crowd on track. And there's a big question mark on him. Now these guys here, they can certainly enter this category. But to my eye, when I'm doing my video analysis, which I do every week, tens of hours, those are the guys I would put in going through the motions. If you don't agree, put it in the comments and put your reasoning. Now we move to the master stage. Again, you may not agree with this, but if it's a footy team, it's J Mac as captain, Purton as vice captain, and then we've got Shin, Lane and Zara. So those are my 5 here. Tell me if you think I've got that right. That would be my top 5 masters there. Again, characterised by they're always trying, whether it be a Wednesday or a Saturday. They generally get 100%. These are the Sam Prezers, the Agassiz, these sorts of guys to use tennis, Parlins, and they're almost always giving 100%. The guy I couldn't really fit into, I didn't want to steam with this, but I don't quite have him here, is Nash. I'd have Nash in between those two. On his day, he's certainly here, but he can be here at times as well. So, and again, I know he wastes, I know he's not always eating, and it's a tough life, and this is nothing personal. This is just what I see to my eye, and it's my opinion based on what I see doing my video work. So those are all gone through. Now, if you're lucky enough in the industry, you spend enough time going through all these stages, decades of not eating, and you get spat out here, the angry bitter category. This is your Jeff Lloyds. The last couple of years he was in Brisbane. So it's generally categorised by a jockey who used to be silky smooth but now is doing, and again they could float back to master, it just depends, but they're doing things that you haven't seen them do before, i.e. causing interference. There's only one guy for this category at the moment, and it is B, melon. Or let's call it hangry as well. But again, I didn't know where to put Nash. In fact, that's all looking a bit Graham Nash out of A Beautiful Mind. Those are my thoughts. What are yours?